Leading off and playing second base from the University of Texas at Arlington, number 2, Tanner Rice. He's accompanied by Elliot Baskell and Mason Baskell. Batting second, the shortstop from the University of Tennessee, number 3, Austin Jaslove, accompanied by Baylor Chartier and Grayson Decker. Third, playing right field from Hutchinson Community College, number 1, Jack Tarosian, accompanied by Porter Garrett and Graceland Imlow. Fourth, and catching from Houston Baptist University, number 26, Tyler LaRue, accompanied by Olivia Leglander and Anderson Reed. Fifth, playing left field from the University of Tennessee, number 33, Dylan Riley. Dylan is accompanied onto the field by Theodore Reed and Mason Wolf. Batting at 6th, the third baseman from Kansas City Community College, number 12, Palmer Hutchison. Palmer's accompanied by Chelsea Reyes and Mia Reyes. 7th, from Seminole State Community College, the designated hitter, number 5, Jackson Halter. 8th, tonight's 8th Street Liquor beverage batter, the first baseman from the University of Oklahoma, number 28, Cade Brown. Cade is accompanied to the field by James Ricketts and Eli Swart. 9th for the Larks, a center fielder from East Tennessee State, number 8, Leo Jimian. He's accompanied by Emerson Worth and Haley Worth. Making the pitching start for the Larks from Fort Hays State University, 1-0 on the season, number 24, Hunter Parker. He's accompanied by Carter Carlisle. From the head coach, now in his 40th season with the Larks, Mr. Frank Leo. Larks pitching coach is Keith Harper. Assistant coach is Andy Lugan. Free admission for tonight's game's been made possible through the
friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks! So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hayes Larks. Hayes Larks!
You're tuned in to the Larks Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to game number 13 of the 2021-2022 Hayes Larks season. It's game 1 and 2 against the Denver Cougars here at Larks Park. Hunter Parker on the mound for the Larks to get things going. First pitch clocks in on a hot Saturday night with a strong wind yet again, just like last night's game, moving in from the outfield. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here we go to Gavin Schmay, the second baseman at the top of the order for the Denver Cougars. It's the second time these teams have met this season. The Larks picked up the win last Saturday, 1 week ago today, against them, winning 19-12. 2-1 count to the second baseman with Raymond. One away after Parker strikes out the second baseman. So 1 away after the strikeout, Parker's 12th strikeout of the year. This one is TJ Ream at the box. He sends one to the backstop. 1 away, 0-1 count, bases empty here in the top of the first. Parker's making his 6th appearance as a Lark in this 2022 season. He's 1-0 on the year. This is start number 2 for the Aurora native, and he has a called strike 2 against the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Reem, the shortstop. One-two is popped up. LaRue ditches the face mask, moves right, and will make the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
The center fielder, number 10, Reese Chapman.
It's a meeting between two top half teams in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Larks 10-2. They're 6-1 in the league. In second place, just a half game back. The Cougars are 4-4 in RMBL play, 3 games back from first, sitting in fourth place. They're riding a 2-game win streak versus the Larks' 6-game win streak. Hayes has won 9 of their last 10. Swing and a miss here from Reese Chapman. Chapman making his first appearance in Hayes. Didn't play against the Larks in Denver. Parker in his second year as a Lark will miss outside. 1-1 count to the center fielder. Do it for the Larks in the bottom half of the inning. Rice, Jaslov, and Tarosian. 1-1 home. Swing and a miss. Nice off speed from Parker. Got Chapman ahead on the swing. 1-2 goes the counts. Parker looking for strikeout number 2 in the day. Number 13 on the season through what would be 10 and a third. 1-2 count, 2-way, base empty. Top half of the first, no score. Parker from the windup. Swing and a miss, and he does get strikeout number 13 of the season. And Hunter Parker will force the Cougars to go 1-2-3 in the first inning. To the bottom half we go. No score in Hayes, Kansas. This is Carson Akron on the call. You're tuned in to Larks Network. Bottom of the first, top of the order for the Larks. Tanner Rice will lead things off for the hometown team. First pitch to Rice, who had the day off yesterday, will miss inside 1-0 count to the second baseman from the University of Texas, Arlington. Good turnout at the park on a Saturday night. And Hayes, there's a few Cougars fans who made the trip from Colorado as Rice grounds one right back to the pitcher Pelican, and we will underhand it to first for outs number 1 of the first. Rice will head back to dugout and bring up Austin Jaslove.
University of Tennessee, number 3, Austin Jaslove.
Jaslove to the dish, 2-hole shortstop from Tennessee. Jazz yesterday had a phenomenal game, 5 for 5 at the plate. He scored 1 time but drove in 5 runs. Had 3 singles, a double, and a triple. Finished his day just a home run shy of the cycle. One away, base is empty. Pelican delivers and gets a swing and a miss out to Jaslove. Pelican making appearance number 4 this season. He's thrown 6 1/3. It's a start number 2 for him. He's 0-1. His only start on the season was against the Larks, where he picked up his only loss of this season as Jaslove chops one to the third base side. Chico Lello will field it, but in foul territory. Jaslove will have to go back to the plate with a 1-2 count. Pelican has a 11.37 ERA and a whip at 2.21. Looking to get those numbers down tonight. He's given up 11 hits through 6 2/3. 8 earned runs, 3 walks, and he's punched out 9. He's held his opponents to a 423 opponent batting average, is something that the Larks will look to take advantage of and get on base. Jaslove swings at one inside. Minute can't get a glove on it, and it'll roll to the backstop, and Jaslove will reach on a drop third strike. Strikeout number 10 this season for Pelican, and Jaslove aboard for the 6th time in the past 2 days. That'll take us to Jack Terosian.
From Hutchinson Community College, the right fielder, number 1, Jack Terosian.
Pelican against the Larks on June 11th through 4 1/3 in the starts. Gave up 8 hits, 6 runs were earned, 8 did score in the process while he was on the mound. Gave up 3 walks, striking out 5. This one is going to get away from Minnick again. It goes to the backstop. Austin Jaslove jogs up to second base. Larks have a runner in scoring position with 1 away in the first inning. Larks run ruled the Rough Riders yesterday 12-2 after run ruling them the previous day 13-2. And the hometown team would sure like to have a repeat of a run rule. They scored a ton of runs against the Cougars last Saturday, but also gave up a dozen. Trozing in the start in right field today. He was looking like he was going to be a leadoff guy for the Larks this year, and he's found his way into the 3-hole and has been batting third in the lineup for some time. It's a 1-1 count here against Pelican with 1 away and Jazz at second base. This will be called strike 2. I mentioned that Pelican has given up a 423 opponent batting average. But the name of the game is getting the ball put in play, because when a pitch is swung on a hit and the ball is in play, opponents are hitting 571 against them. 1-2 will miss low, and we'll go 2-2 with the counts. Larks will take on the Cougars tomorrow night for Game 2 against them, and have Monday off. Be back on Tuesday against the Cannons. They're already 1-0 against the Cougars this year. The 2-2 to Terosian, hit to the left side, and it will go out of play. Larks went 5-1 against the Cougars last year. They're riding a 3-game win streak against them, which was started on July 24th of last year when they won 11-0. Cade Brown was a relief pitch in that game through 1 inning in the game that was shortened to 7 because of a run rule. Terosian brings his hands in, sends it over the right side, and will stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. LaRue is on deck with Dreiling in the hole for Hayes. It was a quick top of the first because Parker made him go 1-2-3 with 2 strikeouts through just 13 pitches. Pelican from the stretch. Terosian does another nice job of staying alive, fouling it off, this time to the left side of play. It is a very warm night here in Hayes, and the Cougars are wearing black pants with a black hat and a semi-black jersey. That's going to absorb the heat, and they're going to want to get back in the dugout and get some shade. So Pelican's going to try and make quick work of Terosian and company. The 2-2, Terosian will swing on in and miss. It's going to be the second time the Larks will reach on a drop third strike. Pelican has had success, but just needs to keep him from getting wild. Runners on the corners with 1 away. So let's go to Tyler LaRue, who is on fire as of late. Went 2 for 3 yesterday with a run scored. He's riding the team's longest hitting streak at 9 games. Terosian takes off for seconds. The throw was going to be on time, but it wasn't caught by Schmay. And Jaslov will score on the throwing error, and it'll make it a 1-0 game. So really, if those 2 strikeouts would have been contained in the glove, we would be in the second inning. Instead, there's only 1 away and a runner in scoring position, and Larks just scored. Jaslov scores for the 10th time this season. And Terosian steals his team leading 11th base in 2022. 1-0 lead for the Larks. Now scoring the Cougars 20-12 this year. Who watches this one? Missed the zone outside. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 away. Outside 3-1. Pelican plays at McNeese State, which is in the Southland Conference. Tyler LaRue at the plate goes to Houston Baptist in the same conference, so these two will see a little bit more of each other over the coming years. LaRue this year, the 6'2 junior, batted .307 for the Huskies. He was second on the team in batting average among players with at least 70 at-bats. He has a full count against the righty from McNeese. Inside, Larks will put 3 straight on base and will get their first walk of the day. Runners on first and second for Dylan Dreiling.
From the University of Tennessee, the left fielder, number 33, Dylan Dreiling.
Courtesy running for the Larks is Hunter Ross, and will allow LaRue get to the dugout and put on his catching gear. Colin Dreiling to the dish, the left fielder out of Hayes, Kansas. Pelican, a 5'9" righty, delivers an off-speed way above the letters 1-0. Larks have grounded out, struck out 2 times on drop their strike, and walked here in the first inning. Denver already has a couple of errors. 1-0 home, swing and a foul tip back in the glove of Minnick. 1-1 counts. Pelican, a Lake Charles, Louisiana native. He sets and delivers. Dreiling takes a cut at this one, pops it into the fan pavilion over on the left side of the field. Larks looking to keep that 6-game win streak alive. They have won these past 6 games fairly easily. The 1-2 home to Dreiling. Outside, and they will say it caught the outside corner. And Dreiling will be the 3rd strikeout of the day from Pelican through 2/3 of an inning. The first one looking, and it'll bring a Hutchison 2 on, 2 outs. And those 2 drop 3rd strikes big time right now, and you're bringing a dangerous hitter to the plate in Palmer Hutchison. He leads the Larks in RBIs. And he's batting .415. Pelican into the left-hander's batter's box. 1-0 to the other Hayes native on the roster. Halter on deck, Brown in the hole. Hutchison, the 6th batter of the inning for the Larks. Runners take off. The throw down to 3rd is not going to be nearly in time, and Terosian steals his 2nd base of the day, number 12 of the season. Rawson, who's running in place of LaRue, will be safe at 2nd. Larks both had good jumps. Those are 2 speedy guys on the base paths. The Larks are a team with really a lot of speed. 2-0 becomes 3-0 as this one misses inside to Palmer Hutchison. See if he has the green light here. Defense straight up against him. And he is taking all the way. 3-1. Outside 3-1, and Hutchison will be the 2nd walk of the last 3 batters. He loads the bases as Halter comes to the dish.
Tonight's designated hitter from Seminole State Community College, number 5, Jackson Halter.
Halter's first game against the Cougars this season, had the day off last Saturday when we took on them. This game, and each team used 5 pitchers. Pelican was the guy who went the longest on the mound through 4 innings, 78 pitches on the day, and picked up the loss. He had 1 wild pitch. Bases loaded, 1-0 counts to Halter the DH, and he takes a called strike, 1-1. Hutchison at first, Rawson at 2nd, Terosian at 3rd. Halter early on this swing. Andy Luton at first base makes a play on the ball in foul territory. Gets some applause from the home fans. But Halter will have to protect the plate down 1-2. Halter out of the order yesterday. Chops one over the... It doesn't chop it. It was just another wild pitch. Larks are going to score 2. Nobody was covering home. It'll be another drop third strike, and the Larks will score 2 on it. 3 drop third strikes in this inning. Pelican is surely setting the Larks Park record through 4 strikeouts through 2/3 of an inning, 4 punch-outs, and we're still not out of the first inning, but Halter goes up to second. Rawson scores. Terosian scores. Hutchison moves up to third. And that's going to bring head coach Mark Cirillo out the dugout to have a chat with his team. Halter at second, Hutchison at third. Larks up 3-0. It's been a productive first for the Larks. This will be the 8th hitter of the inning, and Cade Brown, the first baseman from OU. 3 runs on no hits. We have 4 errors in the first inning alone. Pelican and Minnick both went for that ball, so there's nobody to cover home, and they both lost track of it, so that allowed Rawson to move 180 feet from second to home. Larks looking for more. 2 in scoring position with 2 away. First pitch to Brown. Will miss the corner, 1-0. Been a long bottom of the first. Pelican already over 30 pitches thrown. Only 1 of the runs he's given up is earned. As Brown sends one to the deep right center, Romkey will move back and make the catch a couple of feet in front of the warning track in right center. But the Larks bring 8 to the plate, no hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, but they score 3 runs on 4 errors as we move to the second inning here in Hayes. Hayes 3, Denver 0.
What we do here is go back.
Top half of the second inning. Hunter Parker returns back to the mound and will face the cleanup man, Gino Caprion, the DH, to get things going. Called strike 1 here, the DH. Martinez on deck with Chicolello in the hole. Cougs win in order in the first inning off of 2 strikeouts and a pop fly that went behind the dish. And LaRue caught it. Hunter Parker will hit his first batter of the season, and Gabrion will reach, and the Cougars get their first base runner of the day. Larks have turned a few double plays this homestand. They would like another one here. They got a good middle infield to do it. Jazz Love and Rice. Rice set up in double play formation. First pitch here to Martinez. The left fielder will be called strike 1. No balls, 2 strikes after he swings and misses at this one. Martinez against the Larks on last Saturday, 2 for 5 with 2 runs driven in and 1 run scored. Both hits were singles. The 0-2 is going to be above the letters. LaRue stands up to get it, 1-2. LaRue sets up outside. The 1-2 goes outside. It's on the line of the right-hander's batter's box, and Martinez doesn't get baited into a swing. So we go 2-2 with the counts. Full counts. Parker's last appearance was against the Rough Riders, where he went 2 innings. And relief gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, striking out 2. That was on Thursday. Martinez hits this one up behind the infield. Tanner Rice moves back and into the grass, gets under it for outs number 1 of the second inning. Martinez now 2 of 6 against the Larks.
The third baseman, number 8, Vincent Cicolello.
Go to Vincent Cicolello, the third baseman, batting in the 6th spots with Gabrion at first base after the hit by pitch. Parker pitched against the Cougars last Saturday, threw 1 1/3 in relief, gave up 1 hit, no runs, no walks. And he gets a called strike 1 here against Cicolello. Brazel on deck, Minnick in the hole. Parker looks in, looks at Gabrion at first base, delivers home from the stretch. 1 ball, 1 strike as this one misses off the turf. Strong wind moving in from the right field corner. Wonder how that affected Cade Brown's ball that was hit to deep right center field and was recorded for out number 3 of the first inning. Cougars yet to put a ball in play. They've popped out, or they have put 1 in play. Was that pop out to Rice, but the other pop out was behind the plates. They also have 2 strikeouts and a hit by pitch. 2-1, pump back again, 2-2.
Bills for foul balls when you return it to 10 at the Larks Nest, courtesy of the Hayes Police Department.
Cicolello this year, 8 hits and 16 at-bats through 6 games. 6 singles, a double, and a home run. Payoff pitch from Parker will miss inside, and it wasn't a payoff pitch. The scoreboard here at Ballpark was incorrect, and now we'll have a payoff pitch. Small lead from Gabrion at first base, and the 3-2 is home. It's grounded to Jazz Love, scoops it, tags the bag himself, and the throw to first. Sidearm style will be in time. It's a 6-3 inning-ending double play, and the Larks face the minimum through 2, and we'll take a 3-run lead to the bottom half of the second in Hayes. The center fielder from St. Lo, France will lead things off for the Larks. Jimenian versus Peloquin, and Jimenian pops grounds one over the left side. We'll start off his AB 0 for 1. 0-1 count, excuse me. He's the lone Lark to not come to the plate in the first inning. Larks brought 8 to the plate, struck out 4 times, walked twice, left 2 on, and scored 3 on 0 hits and 4 errors. Jimenian rides this one to the left center field, and it's going to drop in the grass for the first hit for the Larks today, and they have a speedy base runner at first. So it'll take us to the top of the order. Tanner Rice, who grounded out to TJ Ream to start the Larks' offensive day. Larks fans, sure to check out the Larks' social medias on your screen, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Stay up to date with all things Larks baseball this summer. Jimenian gets his lead at first base. It's a decent-sized one as Rice takes this one to right field, and it's going to drop just a couple feet foul of the line. Would have been an easy RBI with Jimenian's speed as it raced towards the corner in right field. So 0-1 count to the second baseman. Rice batted leadoff against the Cougars, and the last meeting between these two teams, he went 4 for 6, scored 3 times, walked once, drove in 1 run. Jimenian's taken off. It's a swing and a miss from Rice, and Jimenian will slide in safely at second. He's going to move up to third base. As Schmay can't get a glove on it, Ream chases it into the grass. And Jimenian goes first to third. Larks have now stolen 4 bases today. Took me a second to figure out the math. Jimenian now 8 for 9 in stolen base attempts. This one's down the right field line again, but it will be in fair territory with some less velocity. Rice heads to second base. Romke has some trouble with it in right. It is going to be a double for Rice, bringing home Jimenian. Jimenian, Jaslov, Tarosian, and LaRue have each scored 1 through 4 in the order, have either scored or driven in a run. Larks have a runner in scoring position with still nobody outs, and they're up by 4 here in the second inning. Third batter of the inning is Austin Jaslov. Reached on a drop third strike in the first inning and scored. That double from Rice is his 5th of the season. That is tied with Hutchison, Jimenian, and Dreiling for the most on the team. Rice has his hitting streak now at 6 games after that double. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jaslov. Larks have their 2 hits both in this inning, a single and a double, after going hitless in the first. Pelican gets set, goes from the stretch. Jaslov fouls this one off. We'll go 1-2 with the counts. Jaslov 5 for 5 yesterday. He's reached in his last 6 of plate appearances in the 2 games on this weekend. Chops this one up over the head of Frank Leo at third base. The 1-2, Jaslov goes 3/4 on his swing, and will be the 5th strikeout through 1 1/3 from Pelican. Those drop 3rd strikes were fatal in the 1st inning. Manick secures this one as Jack Tarosian comes to the box. 0 for 1 on the day after reaching on a drop 3rd strike in the 1st inning and scoring just like Jaslov did. 3 drop 3rd strikes in that 1st. LaRue on deck with Dreiling in the hole for Hayes. Rice standing at second base. Tarosian sends one off the bat to left side, foul. Larks are making contact against Pelican. They did in the 1st inning, just weren't able to get anything for a hit. Tarosian swings and whiffs at this one. Down the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Yesterday was the first game all season that Tarosian did not make an appearance in. According to the game changer, as he will be struck out for the 2nd time today. 6 strikeouts for Pelican. That's number 15 on the season through now 8 innings. So we go to Tyler LaRue, who walked in the 1st inning and scored. Sends this one over the head of the 3rd baseman, Chicolello, as he leaps forward. It's in fair territory down the left field line. He's going to drive in Rice and be safe at second base. A 2nd stand-up double for the Larks this inning. Puts the Larks up by 5. Rice scores for the first time. 1 through 4 have each scored. LaRue now with a run scored and a run driven in. Rossin will run for LaRue. So the run that was scored in LaRue's spot wasn't actually LaRue, so he won't be counted for, but it was in his place. He picks up RBI number 18 on the season. That's 2nd on the team behind Palmer Hutchison. As we go to Dylan Dreiling, who's 3rd on the team with 17 RBIs. He sends this one to left field. Martinez is at the warning track. He reaches up, won't make the play on it with 2 outs, and the Larks will score another one. Dreiling will be safe at second base. We'll see if he's credited with the hits, and it will be an E7 as Hunter Rossin scores for the 2nd time today. 6 runs for the Larks through the first 1 2/3 innings. 3 in each, and they keep that runner at second base. It'll be Dreiling instead of LaRue now.
The 3rd baseman, number 12, Palmer Hutchison.
Palmer Hutchison to the box. He walked in the 1st inning. That double from LaRue put his hitting streak at a team-leading 10 games. 2 away for Hutch. Larks have 3 hits this inning, 2 doubles, and a single. They have brought 15 to the plate through 1 2/3. Pelican will go from the stretch. The 1-0 home grounded to the other 3rd baseman, Chicolello. His throw across the diamond is going to be in time by a couple of steps, and Hutchison will be out number 3 the 2nd. But the Larks do put up the same amount they put up in the 1st, and will take a 6-0 lead to the 3rd here at Larks Park off of 2 doubles and a single.
Perfect.
Top of the third, first baseman Will Brazel will lead it off. Takes a called strike on the inside corner. Hunter Parker in his career as a Lark over the past 2 seasons, he's 5-0, looking for win number 6 for the Birds here today. Starts out 0-2, counts to Brazel. He struck out 1 today, 12 this season, and has 48 in his career for the Larks. 1-2 counts. Brazel, the first baseman, batted 7th against the Larks last Saturday. Went 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Also picked up a pair of walks. And the lefty will be forced to protect the plate down 1-2 after fouling this one off. Larks up 6-0 here in the third inning. They are cruising, and Hunter Parker will get his second strikeout of the day, number 49 as a Lark, for outs number 1 of the third. And we go to Zach Minnick. Minnick, the catcher, who had a little bit of trouble in the first inning, also wasn't given a lot to work with in the first inning behind the plate. Timing off on this swing, 0-1 counts. He's one of a few Cougars who didn't have to play against the Larks last Saturday. Had the day off, got some rest, and is in the lineup today. And Zeke Minnick batting .364 this season, while slugging .455. 0-2 count here to the man behind the dish. Parker is a strike thrower. Throws strikes on 71% of his pitches and has thrown strikes on all but 1 pitch this inning. From the windup he goes. That one was almost strike 3, just missed the corner. He thought he had strikeout number 2 of the third. So he'll have to work with the 1-2 counts. .6'1" senior from Fort Hays gets a fly ball over the grandstand. Will stay 1-2. Parker pitched 109 innings for the Tigers over 2 years, striking out 101, winning 4 games. 1-2 above the letters, 2-2. Larks had an inning-ending double play in the second inning. It was a 6-3 double play. Jazz Love with the assist and a put-out at second base. Minnick stays alive, found this one over the left side, 2-2. Parker delivers inside, and the off-speed fools him. It'll be A ugly swing for Minikin. Parker struck out back-to-back in the third. He is in a groove, facing the minimum through 2 2/3. We go to the bottom of the order. Evan Romke getting the start in right field tonight. 9 in the order, 9 on the defensive alignments. 2 away, base is empty, and it's top half of the third inning. First delivery from Parker into the left-hander's batter's box, 1-0. Parker had the most starts for the Larks last year. Had 8. This is his 10th start for the Larks. He started 12 games at Fort Hays this year and 7 in 2021. He's familiar with Larks Park. Played here last year for the Larks, but has spent 3 years at Fort Hays State, who shares Larks Park with us. As Romke sends this one over the right side and out of play. One ball, 2 strikes to Romke. With Schmay waiting on deck. Parker wants to make sure Schmay's the leadoff hitter of the 4th inning and doesn't get to see action in the 3rd. Parker misses above the letters. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parker, a Colorado native himself, going up against a team made up mostly of Colorado guys. He's one of a trio of players from Colorado, along with Brady Rose. You can see in the bottom right corner of your screen as one of the Larks celebrity ticket sellers. Swing and a miss. Hunter Parker strikes out the side in the 3rd inning and has faced the minimum through 3. 9 up, 9 down off of 4 strikeouts. Parker now with 15 on this season through 12 1/3. To the bottom half of the 3rd we go. Larks looking to score 3 like they did in each of the first 2.
Leading off the inning for the Larks, the designated hitter number 5, Jackson Halter.
Second half of the 3rd here in Hays. Jackson Halter will lead things off out of the DH spots. He struck out in the 1st inning, but reached on a drop 3rd strike, 1-3 in the 1st to do so. Got to second base, but was left there. Looking for his first hit of the game. Takes one over the outside high corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halter picked up 19 hits this year and 64 at-bats at Seminole State. Adding 297, and he has a called strike 2. 3 pitches, no swings. We'll have to swing now with 2 strikes on him. 1-2 with Brown waiting on deck. Jeminian in the hole for Hayes. Larks looking for their 3rd straight run rule. It's the 3rd game of a 6-game homestand over the course of 7 days. Larks will See Denver tomorrow, Monday off, take on the Cannons on Tuesday, and then head to Liberal for 2 games on Wednesday and Thursday. 2-2, we'll miss low, 3-2. You can catch all those games on Larks Network, so be sure to check us out. Over the next week, we got a lot of games coming up and a lot more left this summer. This is game 13. Larks are 10-2, 6-1, second place in the league. Halter will be struck out for the second time today. This time he is looking and will be outs number 1 of the 3rd inning. Bases empty for Cade Brown, who flew out to Romkey to end the first inning. A one that was well struck, but there's some big-time wind here at Larks Park. Not saying that it would have necessarily been out without the wind, but I would like to see where the wind ended up without it. Brown will be plunked on 1 pitch. Second hit batter of the game, 1 for each team, as Brown will be aboard with 1 out for the first time today.
The center fielder, number 8, Leo Chimia.
Weather Channel saying winds between 20 to 30 miles an hour. And the American flag in the left field corner is moving pretty strong above the Larks logo flag. 1-0 count here to Leo Gemini, Brown at first base. He's tonight's beverage batter with his family in town. He's one of, I think, 5 guys whose parents are in town. And Gemini sends this one to center field. Brown will be forced to retreat back to first base with 2 outs now. So the top of the order, 3 plate appearances now for Tanner Rice through 3 innings. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a ground out. He scored 1 and driven in 1. Rice 4 for 6 yesterday. Actually, against the Rough Rider, or he went 4 for 6 against the Cougars on last Saturday. Yesterday, Rice had the day off. You heard him on the broadcast for quite a few innings. That RBI from him in the last inning was his 6th of the year. The run scored was his 15th of the kind, and he's going to have an even count, 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs with Brown at first base in the 3rd. That was the first time Cade Brown's been hit this season. The Larks have been plunked 12 times through 13 games. 1-1 home. Rice will watch it miss at his feet. 2-1 on the breaking ball. Still Pelican on the mound. Redshirt sophomore McNeese. Spent the past 2 years there. Has a 15.2 career ERA with no decisions through 7 appearances. 1 this last year, 6 in the previous year, as Rice sends one over the left side and foul. He made 1 appearance this year, didn't record a single out, gave up 4 earned runs, walking 2, giving up 2 hits, a double, and a home run. But in 2021, 6 appearances, 5 1/3, 5 earned runs, held his opponents to a 158 batting average. Rice sends this one to Ream, and Ream waited on it, and it's going to miss his glove. It's going to be an E6. Brown goes first to third and puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. Error number 5 of the game. Error number 6 of the game for the Denver Cougars. First of the inning. Brown at third, Rice at first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jazz left to the box. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts and a run scored. Larks up by 6. Tanner Rice takes off for second base. The throw is going to get him. He tried to slide under it, and Jaslov will lead off the 4th as Rice will be thrown out between first and second. Larks held scoreless for the first time today. We go to the 4th. They're up by 6.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Top of the fourth, Hunter Parker starts off with a swing and a miss from Gavin Schmay, who's already 0 for on the day with a strikeout back in the first inning. Parker off to a great start. Gets another swing and a miss, 0-2. Kind of reminds me of last year when Parker took on the Fort Collins Foxes right here at Larks Park on July 13th and threw a complete game shutout against them. 0-2, Parker from the windup. This delivery over the outside corner. He and LaRue knew it before a call even happened as Schmay waited for one in the box. It is the fourth straight strikeout for Hunter Parker and his sixth on the day. Schmay now 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking. One away, bases empty for the 2-hole. TJ Ream, who popped out to LaRue in foul territory for out number 2 of the ball game. No hits, no walks, no runs, no runners left on base for the Cougars through 3 1/3. No errors for the Larks defensively. This one will miss the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away. Larks themselves, they've left 4 on, scored 6 runs, picked up 2 walks, and they have 3 hits. This one's hit well to left field. Dylan Dreiling drifts back. He's at the warning track. And actually make the catch right in front of the warning track for out number 2 of the ball for the 4th inning.
The center fielder, number 10, Reese Chapman.
So we go to Reese Chapman. Wasn't with the Cougars the last time we played him, but he was talking to Dylan Dreiling in Colorado, and Mark Cirillo said, "Who are you?" and put him on the roster because he's Dylan Dreiling's future roommate at the University of Tennessee, and he has had a great high school career. He's given a perfect game, a perfect grade. He's at 10, which translated in their scale to potential very high draft pick / and or elite college level prospect. He's actually rated above Dylan Dreiling on their scale. He's rated as the number 4 Tennessee commit this year. Dreiling is the number 6 overall Tennessee commit. He has a 1-1 count versus Parker. Swings and misses. One that was outside, 1-2. LaRue sets up outside again. The 1-2 is outside. It just misses the zone. Larks are ready to come off the field right there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Base is empty here in the 4th inning. And this one is going to be grounded to Rice. Moves to his right, backhands it. And Parker will immediately go to the dugout, knowing that his defense has his back. 3 up, 3 down in the 4th inning. A strikeout, a fly out, and a ground out. Larks up by 6 as we go to the bottom half. Austin Jaslov is going to lead off the bottom of the fourth for the Larks. He was at the dish in the third inning, but Rice was thrown out trying to steal second, so he's given a fresh count and sends his first pitch over towards the Larks dugouts. 0-1 count to Jaslov. Terosian on deck with LaRue in the hole. Swings at one inside. No balls, 2 strikes. Jaslov, a 6'2 redshirt freshman from Knoxville, Tennessee. No stats this year for the Volunteers after redshirting in 2021. Has an 0-2 count here and watches one miss or hit the outside corner. And he will be hat-tricked here in the fourth inning. 3 strikeouts, 2 swinging, 1 looking. But he also scored a run back in the first inning. And he's out number 1 of the fourth as we go to Jack Terosian. So Pellicane has settled down after the first 2 innings when 6 runs scored. He was on the rubber. He gave up 3 hits in the second inning and has kept the Larks hitless in innings 1, 3, and so far 4. He's forced the Larks to leave 4 on base, and he is only throwing strikes here in the fourth as he catches the corner against Terosian, who also has struck out 2 times today, but he reached on a drop third strike just like Jaslov did. Terosian sends this one up the middle. Schmay slides and backhands it. Pump fakes, and that pump fake's going to be fatal. It's going to allow Terosian to reach, and it will be a single for Terosian. His first hit of the ball game. He puts his hitting streak now at 6 games. So we go to Tyler LaRue, who put his hitting streak at 10 games back in the second inning with a RBI double. Hunter Rawson has courtesy ran for him twice and scored both times. Righty versus righty, a huge gap between first base and Jack Terosian. They will catch Pellicane's attention. He'll step off the rubber as Terosian jogs back to first base without a throw. Minnick sits up outside as this one will be a called strike. 0-1 count to the catcher from Houston Baptist. Larks up by 6 here in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at first, 1 away. Dryling on deck with Hutchison in the hole. Check over at Terosian. Not in time. Minnick was set up outside again. They don't want to give LaRue anything good to hit. Against him on last Saturday, LaRue 2 of 6 with a run scored and a run driven in. Sends a pop fly into center field. Chapman will take a few steps in on a jog and make the catch on the jog for out number 2. LaRue now 1 of 2 with a double and a walk and a fly out and a run driven in.
The left fielder, Dylan Dryling.
We'll take Dylan Dryling to dish. 0 for 2 after he reached on a Martinez error in the second and struck out looking in the first. Terosian's already stolen 2 bases today. And Dryling will take this one looking. No balls and a strike. Check over at Terosian. Not in time again. Pellicane at 70-plus pitches. He's given up 4 hits. 4 earned runs of the 6 that have scored, struck out 8 and walked 2. Terosian again, big gap between him and first. He jogs back, slides in safely. This next pitch will be number 77 for Pellicane. He's thrown 50 strikes. This one misses above the letters. Minnick bounces off his glove. Terosian stays at first base. Check back again, not in time. They're rightfully so paying a lot of attention to Jack Terosian. Pellicane looks over his shoulder, looks at first base. Terosian with a decent lead, and Dryling Grounds one to Schmay. It's pulled, and the throw to first will be in time. Larks bring 4 to the plate for the second straight inning and are held scoreless for the second straight inning, leaving Jack Tarosian on the base pass. We go to the 5th. Hayes up by 6. Top of the 5th, Hunter Parker returns the mound. Needs to go one more inning to get win consideration. It's Gino Capriano will lead things off. 0 for on the day after being hit by a pitch in the second inning. 1-0 becomes 2-0 after Parker misses inside. Hunter from the windup, the 2-0. Catches the corner, 2-1. Martinez on deck. Ciccolello in the hole for the Denver Cougars. (3-1) hitters count for the DH. He was plunked on that just one pitch in his last AB. It's already seen 4 times as many here in inning number 5. 3-1, he takes a hard cut, sends it over the grandstand. Hunter struck out 4 straight between innings 3 and 4. And his payoff pitch is sent to the backstop. Struck out 5 on the day, 16 on the season through 13 and a third. 52 in his Larks career. He's walked just 11 guys as a Lark through 43 and a third innings. 53 and a third innings. Payoff pitch again is popped, this time in fielding grounds for the Larks. Cade Brown drifts into foul territory and will record out number 1 of the 5th. 1 away, base is empty in the top of the 5th to Alex Martinez, who popped up to Tanner Rice for out 2 of the second inning and his lone at bat of the day. One away, and that count is 1-0. Martinez batting .359 this season. He's picked up 14 hits, 7 singles, 5 doubles, a triple, and 1 home run. Outside delivery, 2-0 to him. Cougars out of Littleton, Colorado. And Martinez will swing above this one, 2-1. Still the same defensive alignment for the Larks. Drowning in left, Jeminian in center, Tarosian in right. Brown at first, Rice at second. Jaslov at shorts, Hutchison in the hot corner, LaRue behind the plates. 2-1 from Hunter Parkwell, missed low, and he starts off both batters he faces in the fifth with a 3-1 hitters counts. Parker's thrown over 60 pitches now, and the 3-1 is popped in the middle. Jeminian runs in. Rice will get called off by Jeminian, puts his hands behind the back and lets Leo do what he can in center field, and he records outs number 2 of the 5th inning, and it brings up Vincent Ciccolello with 2 away and the bases empty. Ciccolello grounded into an inning-ending 6-3 double play to end the second inning. Parker looking to face the minimum for the fifth straight inning. His first delivered to Ciccolello just above the letters on an off-speed 1-0. Parker gives LaRue a nod, goes from the windup, the 1-0 home. He'll miss the zone 2-0. Parker's command has been a little bit different than what it was for the first 4 innings here in the 5th, but he's still gotten 2 outs with nobody allowed on the base paths. Pop flies in over the grandstand, 2-1. There's one if you've parked behind the stadium and makes you nervous about your car. Not a ton of room between the ballpark and the parking lots and streets at Larks Park. I've seen in my days covering the Larks some pretty expensive damages to cars on balls that have been hit out of the park. 3-2 count as this one's fouled back. Ciccolello will be forced to protect the plate, and Parker will deliver his 3rd payoff pitch of the inning. Top of the 5th, base is empty, 3-2 count, 2 away, Larks up by 6. Parker from the windup, ground ball to the third base coach's box. Nobody moving in the pen. Sam Hendon and Hunter Marshall did, however, go on a jog between innings just to stay loose for whenever they may be needed. 4th payoff pitch of the inning from Hunter Parker from the windup. It is going to be a called 3rd strike, and Parker has faced the minimum through 5, his 5th 1-2-3 inning, and he picks up strikeouts number 7 on the day, number 18 on the season. I had his numbers wrong earlier. He struck out 7 of his 15 outs. To the bottom half of the 5th we go. Hayes up by 6. Bottom of the 5th, Palmer Hutchison will lead things off out of the 6th spot in the order. He's 0 for 1 today with a walk, as there will be a called strike 1 to him. It's still Pelican on the mound imagine he's got to be getting down towards some of his last work of the day. This next pitch is his 80th as it's sent to the left side. No balls, 2 strikes to Hutchison. Hutchison was left at third base in the first inning, and he's looking to be the Larks' second leadoff base runner of the day. The other one was Leo Jominian, who singled to start the second inning. 0-2 count, bases empty, nobody out for the leadoff man at the bottom of the 5th. Hutchison reaches for one that was headed towards his feet just to stay alive and protect the plate. The 0-2 to Hutchison, swung on and missed. He strikeouts number 9 on the day from Pelikeen. And we go to the DH, Jackson Halter. Halter on the day 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. One-0 count to Jackson Halter. .510 DH looking for his first hit of the ball game to put the Larks' 5th hit in the hit column. 1-1 count, 1 away. Brown on deck with Jominian in the hole. Pelikeen from the windup. Off speed, drops outside. 2-1. Pelikeen was listed by PBR as a shortstop / third baseman, not as a right-handed pitcher. But at McNeese, he's been used exclusively as a right-handed pitcher. No at-bats for him at the dish. 3-1 hitters count for the DH, and he will walk on 5 pitches. Larks get their 3rd walk of the day. They have a 1-out runner at first for Cade Brown. Halter has now walked 6 times this season, and the beverage batter comes to the plate. Brown puts his right foot on the back of the right-hander's batter's box and sends his first delivery to right center field. It's between Schmay, Chapman, and Romke will be the one who comes up with the catch as Halter dashes back to first base, diving in head first safely. 2 away for the bottom of the order, Leo Jominian. So Pelikeen has done a nice job to cool the Larks' bats off after they started off with 3 runs in the first and then 3 runs in the second. They've only brought 4 to the plate in each inning since then, including this one. Just 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. They've left 2 on between the 3rd and the 4th innings. And Halter doesn't want to be the 3rd one in a row. 1-0 count to Jominian. Jominian, a 3rd-year Lark, has 76 hits for the Larks, batting .382 this year. His on-base percentage pushing .500 at .488 coming into this game. He's 1 for 2 in the day with a single and a flyout, so it's inched up a little bit closer to .500. It was his 9th single of the year, his 14th hit. He did score, and it was his 12th time touching home plate this season. 2-0, he swings at one at the letter. Baltimore chomps it to Ciccolello. The throw to first is just going to barely beat Jominian, who has a ton of speed, but he will be out. Number 3, Larks put 4 to the plate for the 3rd straight inning, leave 1 on After the Jackson Halter walk to the 6th we go. Hayes up by 6. Hunter Parker's 6th outing of the season is done after 5 innings. It's his best one yet. He goes 5 innings, allows no hits, no walks, no runs, no runners left on base. And he gets himself in position to get his 2nd win of the season. It would be his 6th as a Lark, assuming things hold out. 2-0 count to Will Brazel as Caleb Meredith is the new pitcher today. The southpaw from the University of Tennessee sees one lined into right field, but Jack Terodian's there to record out number 1 of the 6th. 1 up, 1 down with Zach Minnick striding to the dish, but the base is empty. Zeke Minnick, 0 for on the day, with a strikeout swinging. Was a 3rd inning in which Hunter Parker struck out the side. Base is empty for Meredith from the windup. Off speed above the letters, 1-0. Meredith made no appearances this year at the University of Tennessee. He's a pop fly over to the right side, 1-2. You saw his on the mound graphic. That picture of him was one of the new Larks players cards. You can get the baseball cards this season at Larks Park, courtesy of Ken's Photography and Hayes. He always does a great job PA announcing for the Larks and getting Larks cards done. As this one is going to be popped behind second base. Tanner Rice chases it and will record out number 2 of the 6th. Cards always a fun part of the summer. The fans always go down to the apparel stand off to the left side of the field, buy the cards, and get them signed by the guys. It will be an autograph night tonight. I think it's one of 6 that we'll have this season. Over lineup of guys giving autographs. It's just a fun experience, and it's cool for the guys having all these kids come up, waiting in line to get you to sign your card, get you the ball, whatever they want. It's a fan favorite at the park, and it's cool for the guys on the team too. 1-1 count with 2 away for Evan Romke, who struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. 1-2, grounded to Mark Cirillo, who makes a nice play at the third base coach's spot. This appearance for Caleb Meredith is his 5th of the season, his 3rd straight in relief after starting on his first 2 appearances. His last appearance was on Sunday against the Rough Riders. He threw just 1 inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, and he will pick up strikeouts number 6 here in the 6th inning, his 6th of the season. Larks in a groove on the mound, in a groove. Strikeout number 8 on the day for the Larks pitching staff as we go to the bottom half of the 6th. Hayes up by 6. Tanner Rice is swinging on the first pitch at the bottom of the 6th, and we'll start off with an 0-1 count. Rice on the day 1 for 3. He's reached on an error, grounded out, and hit a double. That drove in a run, and he scored in the same inning that he hit the double. Back in that 2nd inning was a 3-hit inning for the Larks. 3 of their 4 hits came in that inning, 2 doubles and a single. And Rice will strike out on 3 pitches. Pelican has found himself some confidence, and he's working good after the first 2 innings. 1 away for Austin Jaslove, who after going 5 for 5 yesterday is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. He scored after a job 3rd strike in the 1st inning. He has Terosian on deck with the Roo in the hole. First ball of the inning, 1-0 count to Jaslove. He swings at one above the letters, misses under it. It's 1-1. Jaslove batting .436 this season. 17 hits. 14 runs driven in, 10 runs scored. He sends this one to the Larks dugout. It's 1-1. One-two, actually, and he reaches low for this one, sends it to the left side. Ream was going to die for it, and Austin Jaslove has his 6th hit in the past 2 ball games. And will be aboard at first base safely, now working on a 3-game hitting streak.
The Larks right fielder, number 1,
We'll go to Jack Terosian, who put his hitting streak at 6 games as well back in the 4th inning when he had a 1-out single. Jazz Love on the base paths this season, 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Runner at first base with 1 away. Off speed, gets a swing and a miss down to Terosian. Pellikine threw 5 1/3. 94 pitches, 61 of them have been strikes. He's given up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Check over at first base, Jazz Love in safely. Under the lights here at Larks Park as the sun is just kind of starting to set here in Hayes. Minnick sets up outside. Pitch goes inside. Terosian takes it opposite field. Martinez moves in into his right and record out number 2 in left field. Two away for the cleanup man, Tyler LaRue. 1 for 2 today with a walk and a double. 2 runs have been scored in his place by Hunter Rawson, and LaRue drove in 1 run back in the 2nd inning with his double. Jazz Love in safely after the pickoff attempt. Pellikine versus LaRue. The first delivery to LaRue will be found to the right side, 1-0. Larks have 1 guy up in the pen warming up. It's a right-handed pitcher as Caleb Meredith's in the pen too, keeping his left arm warm as Preston Tabor's getting warmed up over to the left side, not throwing, just stretching. I can't tell who the righty is working for the Larks side. My guess is Sam Hendon. So 1-1 count here for LaRue. Nobody up in the pen for the Cougars though, but it does appear they have a guy who's ready to go in whenever. 1-1, and they will throw down to first after the ball misses low. Actually did catch the zone. 1-2. Jazz Love safe at first. And it did miss low. That's what I thought. I saw the scoreboard go 2 strikes. And it was actually a ball. 2-1. Pellikine has checked over at the runner at first quite a bit today. Whether it's Jazz Love, Terosian. He's aware of what the Larks can do. Hayes has stolen 4 bases today. Terosian with 2, Ross with 1, Jeminian with 1. They've been thrown out once. Weiss was thrown out going to second. Larks only stole 1 base against him on Saturday. It was Tanner Rice who stole the base. It's last Saturday against the Cougars. 2-2 home to LaRue. It'll miss low and be blocked by Minnick, and Jazz Love moves into scoring position at second base. LaRue, who's had quite a few RBIs in this homestand, could drive him in with anything into the outfield. He has 18 RBIs this year and sends 1 to left field. It's going to drop in fair territory. Bring home Jazz Love and be extra bases for LaRue. Martinez's throw in will be cut off by Room. And it's LaRue's second stand-up double of the day, his second RBI double. And he now is tied with Palmer Hutchison for the team lead in RBIs with 19. Jazz Love scores for the 2nd time today and overall in the season for the 11th time. It's a 2-hit 6th inning, and Larks get to Pellikine for the first time since the 2nd. They're up 7-0. Drowning 0 for 3 on the day at the plate. Looking to get aboard and bring Hunter Rawson home from second, who's courtesy running for Tyler LaRue. This one's hit well to center field. Chapman was racing back, and his future teammate and roommate at Tennessee is going to have a stand-up double. The Larks have back-to-back RBI doubles with 2 outs. LaRue hit one, and Hunter Rawson will score for the 3rd time today because of it. Dylan Drowling picks up his first hit and first RBI of the day. It's 8-0 Larks. Drowling's hitting streak now at 6. He's played in all 3 games of the homestand and picked up a hit. And Mark Cerullo will come out of the dugout with his team down by 8. Palmer Hutchison will be at the plate when the mound visit is over. Cougars are going to stick with Pelican on the mound with Drowling at second base. That RBI from Drowling was his 18th of the year, his 6th double of the season. That leads the team. Two away, bottom of the 6th, runner at second base for the Larks, who have scored 2 runs on 2 outs. Pelican delivers off speed for a called strike, 0-1. Pelican will be hitting triple digits on the pitch count here soon if he hasn't already. The game changer hasn't refreshed since the Jazz Love at-bats. So I'll get you that when it's refreshed as Hutchison sends this one to the backstop, 0-2. Caleb Meredith walks back from the bullpen to the dugout, and we'll see if they go with him or Hendon for the 7th. It looks like it will probably be Sam Hendon. He's waiting by the gates, and Caleb Meredith puts on a bucket hat in the dugout, so that'll be a day for him. The 0-2 to Hutchison, and he will strike out swinging. Larks get 2 in the 6th inning, and will look to keep the Cougars off the scoreboard in the 7th inning. 2 doubles and a single, 1 runner left on as we go to the 7th here in Hayes. top of the 7th. Sam Hendon will be the third pitcher of the day for the Larks after Caleb Meredith throws a perfect 6th inning with a line-out, a pop-up, and a strikeout. 1-0 count here to Gavin Schmay in the top half of the 7th inning. Larks up by 8. 2 straight balls from Hendon. 2-0 count to the second baseman who struck out looking and struck out swinging. And then misses on 3 straight pitches. 3-0 count to the second baseman. Hendon has thrown 7 innings this season for the Larks, giving up 7 hits, 1 run earned, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, has an ERA of 1.29. We'll have a hitter's count after Schmay was taken all the way. He thought he had a 4-pitch walk, though, as Larks get Hunter Marshall up and moving in the pen. Hitter's count delivery here to Schmay. It's an off-speed ground to the right side. Brown off the bag. He's going to toss it to Sam Hendon underhand, who will be there in time for out number 1. A 3-1 ground out. Nice play from the Larks. Hendon hustling off the mound to get to first base in time. Schmay now 0 for 3. One away, base is empty. Ream to the box. He's 0 for 2 with a pop-up and a flyout. Hutchison was looking like he was going to play in there for a second. Moves back. Jaslov and Rice both had their heels on the grass before they take their step. 1-0 counts to TJ Ream. Chapman on deck. Capper on in the hole. Nice pitch from Hendon. He didn't get the call, though. It just misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Hendon delivers the 2-0. This one catches the corner. Nice off-speed slider. 2-1. Hendon from Alexander City, Alabama. Plays in JUCO ball in Alabama and is now in Hayes, Kansas for the summer. Gets a second strike against Ream. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 away, base empty in the 7th. It'll likely be a day for Pelikeen for the Cougars, whose pitch count through 6 innings is 111. And Sam Hendon will strike out Ream, who's now 0 for 3. 2 away in the 7th inning. Hendon's 9th strikeout through 7 2/3 in a Larks uniform. 2-8 to Reese Chapman, the Tennessee commit. He's 0 for 2 in the day. Struck out in the first, grounded out to Rice in the 4th inning. Larks have faced the minimum through 7 2/3. Righty versus lefty. Hendon will go from the stretch. Off speed outside the frame from LaRue. Doesn't get the call. 1-0. Do it for the Larks in the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the order, Halter, Brown, and Jeminian. A 1-0. Chapman sends this one to the backstop. One count, 2 away. Chapman has only seen Hunter Parker today. Getting his first look at Hendon. Skipped over Caleb Meredith. Only 3 batters today saw Caleb Meredith. Parker went through the order twice and then saw 6 batters before he was taken out for the 6th inning. Went 5 hitless innings, facing the minimum. The 1-2, Hendon delivers off speed, lined over the Larks dugout and into the fan pavilion. We'll stay 1-2 with the count as Gaperon waits on deck. LaRue gives Hendon the sign. Sets up down the pipe. 1-2 goes into the right-hander's batter's box. LaRue slides, gets it 2-2. Larks scored 2 in the last inning, bringing 6 to the plate, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 runner left on. They have 7 hits today, 3 walks. They've left 6 on. 2-2 outside again. Hendon on the off speed will get a full count. Now the Larks have Preston Tabor up on the bump in the bullpen. Payoff pitch will miss low, and Larks, for the first time today, will not face the minimum in an inning. First walk of the day is the second base runner. Larks hit a batter in the second inning, but then got an inning-ending double play. And it was Caperon who's coming to the dish, who was hit in the second inning. And he popped up in the 5th inning to Cade Brown. 1-0 count to him. And Keith Harper is going to be out of the dugout to have a chat with Sam Hendon. Harper goes out there, tells him what to do, and then gives him a few nods, and will work with a 1-0 count to Caprion and gets a called strike. 1-1. 2 away, runner at first base here in the 7th inning. Larks looking to win their 4th straight against the Cougars over the past 2 years as Caprion sends one to the backstop. 1-2. Wind whipping Sam Hendon's jersey, moving in from right field. The 1-2 delivery from the stretch. It's a swing and a miss, and Hendon strikes out his 2nd of the inning. Larks face 4 for the first time today, but keep him off the scoreboard. Hendon's 10th strikeout as a Lark. Through 8 innings on the mound, we go to the 7th inning stretch. Hayes up by 8. Bottom of the 7th, Jackson Halter will lead things off. Called strike here to Jackson Halter. New pitcher in the game, Easton Nichols, his 7th appearance on the mound this season, his 2nd against the Larks. Didn't record an out against them on June 11th. Gave up 1 earned runs, 2 scored on them, and he walked 3 batters. 1-1 count here to Halter, the leadoff DH, 0 for 2 today with a walk. This one above his helmet over the plate, 2-1. Nichols has appeared in, again, like I said, 7 games. He's thrown 9 innings, given up 9 hits, 2 runs earned, 4 walks, 4 strikeouts. He has an ERA at 2 flats. His last outing was on Thursday, where he threw just 1 inning against the Fort Collins Foxes. And it was the last game the Cougars played after having Friday off. 3-1 hitters count to Halter. He sends it over to the grandstand and out of the park. Nichols from Highland Ranch, Colorado. Went to Mountain Vista High School. 6'1" southpaw. Is now at Augustana, D3 school. Ground ball to the right side. Brazel moves away from first, but Halter is going to beat Nichols to the bag. It's going to be a base hit to lead off for Jackson Halter, and the game-ending run will come to the plate in Cade Brown.
It's tonight's 8th Street Liquor Beverage batter, the first baseman, Cade Brown.
Nichols, no stat listed this year in his freshman year at Augustana. Halter at first base, Brown at the plate, nobody out in the bottom half of the 7th. Brown waits on an off-speed, takes it to right center. Romke moves towards it. They're going to hold Jackson Halter at second base, and Cade Brown gets his first hit of the ball game and gives the Larks fans half-price beverages for the remainder of the 7th inning, and fans get up and immediately are going down to go and claim the gift that Brown just gifted to them.
The Larks center fielder, Leo Jimmy.
2 on, nobody out here in the 7th inning for Leo Jiminian. He singled back in the 2nd inning. Halter takes on for 3rd, no throw as he overran the bag, but steals a base. He's had a good read. The Larks would love to run rule the Cougars here in 7 innings, and that would make it a no-hitter. Don't have to worry about the last 2 innings. This delivery to Jiminian above the letters. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners on the corners. Brown didn't take off with Halter. Check over at first base. Brazel secures it, but no tag to Brown, just trying to keep Cade honest. Martinez is playing deep in left field, is only a couple of steps away from the warning track. Second baseman Schmay shifted for a double play at second base. The 2-0 to Jiminian. He sends a mile high into left field. Martinez will get called off by Ream, who calls off Chicololo for outs number 1 of the 7th. So 1 away as we go to the top of the order, Tanner Rice.
Top of the batting order, the second baseman, Tanner Rice.
Rice doubled in the 2nd inning and drove in a run and scored in the same inning. He's 1 for 4 on the day. 0 for 2 since that double. First delivery to Rice called strike, 0-1. Larks don't want to waste that leadoff base runner that Halter gave him. Then Brown followed up with a single. Halter then stole 3rd base. Larks have stolen 6 bases today against the Cougars. Actually 7 now. They are 7, and they're 7 for 8 on the day. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 away, runners on the corners in the bottom of the 7th for Tanner Rice. He's up 8-0. Pop fly to the left side. Martinez on the run is going to let it drop in fair territory, and he's going to lose it. It rolls to the wall. Brown's heading for third. He's going to be in there safely, and Tanner Rice has a 1-out single. Halter scores, and the game-ending run is going to be at third base in the form of Cade Brown. He's getting some words from Frank Leo as Jaslove struts the dish with some confidence. Rice 2 for 5 on the day now. Picks up his second RBI. Halter scores for the first time today. Jaslove sends this one to the backstop. 0-1. Jaslove RBIs. Has 14 of those on the year. Hasn't driven in an inning today, but he scored 2 times, once in the first, once in the sixth. Has 1 hit. Put his hitting streak at 3 games. That RBI from Rice was his 7th of the season, his 2nd of the day. And Halter scored for the 9th time this year. Runners on the corners, 1 away in a 9-0 ball game. Jazz sends this one to the backstop. Nichols, the southpaw, looks at Tanner Rice, who has a small lead at first base. Makes it even smaller. Nichols delivers from the stretch. Jaslove sends this one to center field. Chapman moves back. We'll see if they send Brown. And he will take 1 step and wisely hold up at third base. A nice throw from Chapman would have gotten him out by quite a bit. And the Larks will stay alive with 2 outs here in the 7th inning.
The right fielder, Jack Terosia.
Had that been Terosian at third base or Jiminian at third base, and a guy who's not an outstanding center fielder in center field, the Larks might have sent the runner home. But just with the circumstances, didn't want to get out number 3 at home plate. Off speed goes into the right-hander's batter's box. It's Terosian, 1-0. Brown at third, Rice at first. Terosian 1 for 4 on the day with a run scored back in the first inning after he reached on a drop third strike. 1-0, misses outside, 2-0. Rue on deck if the Larks need him, and he's a very tough out, so you cannot walk Terosian because LaRue's been aboard 3 times today and driven into Rawson, who's ran for him 3 times, has scored all 3 times. Terosian hits one to right field, and he's going to walk it off here at Larks Park, and that will do it. The Larks have a 3-pitcher no-hitter. Hunter Parker goes 5 innings, faces the minimum. Caleb Meredith comes in for the 6th inning, and it's a 1-2-3-6. And then Sam Hendon comes in for the 7th inning and faces 4 walks, 1. Larks face 1 over the minimum, hit 1 batter and walk 1, and will throw the first no-hitter of 2022. Larks win it here, their 11th win of the season. They're 11-2, 7-1 in league play. They're now tied with Liberal for the RMBL lead. On a 7-game win streak, they've won 10 of their last 11. Cougars now 7-5 on the season. They're in a losing record now. On league play, they're 4-5, 3.5 games back in 4th place. Their 2-game win streak is snapped. Larks run ruled their 3rd straight opponents. They run ruled the Rough Riders in back-to-back games. And now we'll run rule the Denver Cougars. Hunter Parker wins his 2nd of the season. And the Larks are now 2-0 against the Cougars. They've won 4 straight against them. And will walk it off yet again. Larks 4-0 on this homestand. They'll be taking on the Denver Cougars tomorrow night for Game 2 of 2. Then have Monday off, so be sure to tune in for the final game against the Cougars as Larks look to sweep the 2-game homestand. They win it here 10-0. Hendon, Parker, and Meredith combined for a 7-inning no-hitter. We'll see you tomorrow night looking for more fireworks from the Larks. This has been Carson Ackerman on the call. Thank you for tuning in, and have a good night.